I am Alfred Okonse.
My name is Aisha Yakubu Khalid. Coming up in the bulletin this evening.
360 Headlines is brought to you by
Flamingo Paint
and Napa Foods, Heaven Black Insecticide Spray and Coil.
Ghana required to demonstrate plan to restructure its external debt to secure IMF board approval for second tranche of $600 million.
Once our executive board review is completed, Ghana would have access to another $600 million.
Critical antiretroviral medicines for persons living with HIV and AIDS in short supply as they await tax waivers from the Finance Ministry.
Usually we are given 3 months, 6 months. They were given 1 month, and that has been going on for some time.
Also coming up, prime suspect in Sokoban businesswoman murder jailed 20 years for 167 million cedis theft.
And in business, Ghana expected to receive $800 million out initial target of the $1.13 billion in cocoa syndicated loans.
On the international front, Kenyan President William Ruto will be traveling to China later this month to seek a $1 billion loan to pay for stalled road projects.
We're live on 2-3 Ghana on Facebook, DSTV channel 279, all across the world on 3news.com.
Coming up tonight, we have the details right here as Ghana must demonstrate how its external debt will be restructured to secure the IMF board's approval for the second tranche of the $600 million. The IMF, after a review of the first tranche of economic stabilization, described the country's performance as very strong.
The International Monetary Fund (IMF) team arrived in Ghana on September 25 to review the country's performance over the period. Head of Mission, Stefan Rudet, spoke about the country's progress on the fund program.
But what makes us very optimistic is that these actions are already generating positive results. Growth in 2023 has proven more resilient than what we were initially envisaging. Inflation has declined. The fiscal and external positions have improved. International reserves are increasing again, and exchange rate volatility has significantly reduced. Once our executive board review is completed, Ghana would have access to another $600 million, bringing the total IMF financial support disbursed under the arrangement since May, when the program was approved, to about $1.2 billion.
The Minister for Finance, Ken Ofori-Atta, said government was engaged in the external creditors with the aim of signing a memorandum of understanding by the end of the year as part of meeting one of the fund's benchmarks.
External creditors, I believe we are doing well with regards to the engagement. Expected that this coming week we might actually get a proposal for them. Our target is to be able to conclude this thing before year end, and we are pursuing it. And I think achievements of the SLA also puts pressure on coming to faster resolution. So this achievement is important towards our negotiating stance going forward. The Paris Club Common Framework, MOU, certainly France and China continue to be very supportive.
The Central Bank Governor, Dr. Ernest Addison, also outlined the set of measures implemented so far.
We have seen relative stability in the exchange rate, depreciating by only 2.5% between February and now. It is therefore very important to sustain this strong performance and consolidate the gains we are seeing. Looking ahead, the Bank of Ghana will continue to maintain a tight monetary policy stance.
Well, let's stay a bit further on this and bring you a few pointers of what the IMF chef de mission, and then also the IMF, also that's the Finance Ministry, and the Bank of Ghana governor all indicated earlier today. It's quite expansive, but it's all consolidated in these pointers. Take a look. That's according to the staff level agreement, according to the IMF, has been reached on the first review. And then also the program which took effect in May, and this review is ahead of the possible disbursement of second tranche worth $600 million. Remember, the first tranche of $600 million came through right after the staff level agreement was reached sometime in the second quarter of this year. Now, this second tranche in November is expected, all things being equal. And it was strong indication that that's going to happen. But Ghana's performance under the program, according to the IMF, has been very strong. Reduction in deficit achieved, and Ghana on course to lower this by some 4% of GDP at the end of the year 2023, all things being equal. Now, Ghana has also met the non-oil revenue mobilization target for June 2023. Now, take a look at this. There's an aspect as well that talks about issues related to how government spending is within the program's spending limit. Now, the social protection program expanded to protect impact of program on the vulnerable, and then also the monetary policy appropriately tightened. And even though Stefan Roden did not mention the specific impact of these monetary policy tightening and how that has impacted on the economy and then the people, that's also been another concern as well. Professor Godfred Bobkin is a professor of finance at the University of Ghana Business School, joining us. So Godfred Bobkin, good evening. Thank you so much for joining us here on News 360. The finance minister did indicate that the IMF's assessment proves that the economy has achieved stability. Based on your indicators, can this be true?
Yeah, thank you very much and good evening. These are early days to conclude that stability has come. We do recognize, and even before the IMF published their assessment results, we have said that we've seen some relative stability, and also largely because of the IMF-supported program. And to that extent, we can say that broadly, the program is making progress in terms of restoring macroeconomic stability. But then, if you read the IMF-supported program, you also see that there's a recognition that it's a 3-year program, and the success of the program could not be concluded in the first couple of months of the program implementation. So the positive signs that we have seen, they are largely encouraging. But then bear in mind that when inflation is still in the 40s, it's very high by world average, it's very high by African average. Interest rate is still very high. So what is needed is some level of patience and consistency. And then also looking beyond the IMF-supported program, because bear in mind, the IMF is telling us that government is largely on course when it comes to narrowing the fiscal deficit. It's largely because nothing is happening, not much is happening. Okay, ongoing projects have been suspended or have stalled. Okay, we are yet to conclude a restructuring of our external debt, and the fund recognizes the potential risk from that side. Because if you look at the whole program design, the success of the program in terms of the financing largely depends on how successful we are with the restructuring of our external debt. Because for the IMF program, the understanding is that annually, external debt relief, annually for the next 3 years, will come to averagely $3.5 billion, working up to approximately $11 billion in the next 3 years by way of debt relief from external creditors. And to the extent that we have not concluded that there is risk over there. So yes, we've seen that some of the macro numbers have taken a turn for positive, but we cannot say that we have totally turned the corner. There's still a lot of work that we have to do. But what we should also recognize is that when you mess up your economy the way we have done, aided also by external factors, to restore it will come at a cost. So macroeconomic stability, or the stability the fund is talking about and the Minister of Finance is talking about, is coming at a great price to Ghanaians. It's coming at a cost to pensioners who have to sacrifice, who have to take a haircut on their bonds. It's coming at a cost to banks, to pensions, to individuals, to Ghanaians through higher taxes, expenditure rationalization. So there's a price. There's actually a heavy price that we are paying to have this stability. And one will hope that as a country, we will learn from this, never again in our history to take ourselves through something like this. Yes, so we have seen some relative stability in the foreign exchange market, because generally IMF programs are FX positive because of the influence that comes, the credibility that comes along with it. Yeah.
To the extent that we are not servicing our external debts, that will definitely have a direct impact on the performance of the currency, is it not? So if we've seen stability of the cedi between January and now, would it be necessarily because there's been a policy intervention by government, or is because we've suspended our debt servicing of the external debt?
Yes, you are right. We cannot take away the fact that suspending the coupon payment on external debt has preserved approximately $2 billion in FX for us. That's good news. But how did we get there? We got there simply also because the government had to submit itself to the IMF. Because without an IMF-supported program, you could not take advantage of the debt treatment arrangement under the G20 Common Framework. So one direct benefit of the IMF-supported program is the fact that even though we have not completed the restructuring of our debt, the government took advantage of the debt service suspension clause under the G20 Common Framework.
Indeed. Appreciate your time. And I thank you. This conversation continues in subsequent bulletins. Professor Godfrey Bokun is a professor of finance at the University of Ghana Business School. Thank you so much for connecting.
Away from the IMF, there's a shortage of antiretrovirals for persons living with HIV and AIDS. Antiretroviral medicines, which arrived in July, are reportedly being held at the port, awaiting a tax waiver from the Finance Ministry. My colleague Grace Hamwasari has more.
Abcavir and lamivudine combination is used to treat HIV infection. According to the network of persons living with HIV, NAPLAS Ghana, there has been a shortage of the adult dose of these drugs from August. President of the network, Elsie Aye, says HIV-infected adults are forced to rely on children's prescriptions.
It was 2 days ago when we got a call, and it was a very frantic call from our members at Kolebu Teaching Hospital who had gone for their medication, and they were usually we are given 3 months, 6 months. They were given 1 month, and that had been going on for some time. Where we would have taken just one pill a day, we have to take 3, and we have to take 5 of the children's pills in the morning and 5 in the evening. So that's the total would be equal to the 1 dose would have been given every day.
The group claims that antiretroviral medication purchased with donor funds should not be taxed, but is held until AU tax, ECOWAS tax and COVID-19 tax are paid before access.
The situation got to this level, but I don't think it's an excuse. If there has to be that tax waiver we are requesting, it should be done by Parliament. But they are on recess. But then there should be something that there should be an alternative. There should be, though they are on recess, there should be an open door for urgent matters such as this, so that those people are trusted to take the right decision and let things go on well. So what is preventing some from the select committee in Parliament to be called to look at this very urgent issue so that we could have our medication?
NAPLAS Ghana warns that if the delay persists, the disease will develop resistance to antiretroviral medication, leading to severe liver and kidney problems.
A rather worrying situation there. That's why we've been joined by Treme Tiahene. He's the Executive Director of the Ghana AIDS Commission to tell us if this has been brought to their attention. Mr. Tiahene, good evening and thank you for joining us on News 360.
Thanks for having me.
We want to know if this situation has been brought to your attention about the shortage of antiretrovirals.
Yes, it has. And is a situation I consider to be unacceptable.
Do we know? Go ahead, Mr. Tiahene.
Yes, because before the problem is of dual nature. Number one is the fact that we have some of the drugs locked up at the port. And the other reason is that what we have in the pipeline currently are expired. Now, both situations should not arise because these medicines are donations to the country. We don't have the money to procure these drugs. Now, somebody donates to us and we allow them to go waste. Secondly, before even the commodities are shipped, we receive all the correspondences on them, and we know when they are arriving and when we are supposed to clear them. But we are always unprepared for the clearance. The clearing agent has been magnanimous enough to pre-finance the clearing. But because of usual delays in repayment, banks can no longer, support pre-financing because they do not have the trust that they will have their money in good time. And so these are the challenges that should not arise, in my view.
Is this situation only with antiretroviral drugs?
No. It's with all the donor-funded commodities. So malaria, TB commodities also suffer the same fate sometimes. But, the issue of antiretroviral is very critical and is a peculiar situation that is so critical because the people living with HIV depend on these medicines for their survival, and therefore there should be no break in the supply of these drugs to these persons. There shouldn't be any break at all because they have to take the medicines every day.
Right.
Every single day they have to take the medicine, and if they do not take the medicine, they will have, a rebound in there will be upsurge of viral load in their bloodstream, and that can lead to disease progression, which eventually will lead to AIDS-related deaths.
Definitely.
But at this stage, we do not have to see any of these situations, arising.
Mr. Tiahene, we are told that by Wednesday, the goods or the medicines will be cleared from the port. How true is that?
Yes, it is true. The Ghana Health Service, which is responsible for paying for the clearance, has released some funds to the clearing agent. And we expect that by next week, these drugs should be released and moved to the health facilities for distribution to the end users.
We'll definitely be looking forward to that, Mr. Tiahene. Treme Tiahene is the Executive Director of the Ghana AIDS Commission. But earlier, the minority in Parliament also expressed their disappointment in the situation happening. Kwabena Mintah Kando, his ranking member, Parliamentary Committee on Health, he says the minority in Parliament finds it unconscionably gross dereliction of duty that government officials in the Ministry of Health and the Ministry of Finance will leave since July 2023 donated containers of HIV antiretroviral drugs at the ports, creating needless shortages for persons living with HIV. He goes on to say the Ministry of Finance, as a matter of urgency, issued the necessary tax exemption waivers to ensure that immediate clearance of the antiretroviral drugs and other medical equipment and consumables. This is what he's asking. He's asking that an implementation of an automated tax exemption waiver system for medical consumables and equipment to curtail needless delays in clearing such items at the port should be done. He says institute reforms at the Ministry of Finance and Economic Planning to ensure that systematic failures that lead to needless delays in the performance of its functions are eradicated.
Quite comprehensive there, but the Global Alliance for Vaccines and Immunization has urged government to maintain a high-quality vaccine program as the country aims to self-finance vaccine procurement costs from 2029. This came at a stakeholder meeting regarding a national transition plan on immunization and vaccine financing in Accra.
In 2022 and early 2023, Ghana's immunization drive was hindered by a shortage of essential vaccines due to outbreaks of COVID-19, measles and anthrax, exposing gaps in universal health coverage. Experts are advocating for a comprehensive roadmap that aligns with global standards as Ghana aims to self-finance vaccine procurement.
When Ghana finally starts fully financing its vaccines, there will be an increase in cost of maintaining such a high-quality program and maintaining that coverage. How does Ghana begin to optimize its vaccine portfolio so that it is more affordable? Secondly, how does Ghana think through co-financing over the next couple of years so that financing of vaccines is not just provided, but is also provided in a timely manner so that we can avoid things like stockouts or shortages of vaccines in places where we need them the most.
He emphasized the need for a transparent procurement system and accountability for resources in the country.
That means setting out a roadmap that is not just a plan, but one where we are all bought into, where we all share accountability, and where we all contribute to. A comment was made earlier on about Ghana being on its own. I'm here to assure Ghana will never be on its own. It's a partnership that we have gotten into, and even if the mode of support evolves over time, it's one that we will continue to work with you shoulder to shoulder to ensure that all the gains you have made remain sustained.
The government says that it is committed to a universal health coverage across the country, hence it is ready to ensure that there is equitable and sustainable financial mechanism for this program.
Admittedly, there have been yawning gaps and huge challenges facing health systems reforms towards the attainment of universal health coverage. Over the years, financing for strong population-based public health programs that can prepare for and respond to emerging trends has been a matter of concern to all of us.
Christian Yale, TV3 News, Accra.
And now the government's land tax has issued a warning to and sand winners of the illegal activities committed.
The team visited the area at the time sand winners and other encroachers were at work. One sand winner was arrested and the others took to their heels. A member of the committee, Clement Jato, issued a warning to individuals to refrain from using the land.
The encroachers should halt so they don't waste their money. And if they want to authenticate whatever document they've been given, they should go to Lands Commission. And anybody who is interested in acquiring government land, I think we know the right place to go to. The sand winners, my advice to them, when government gets hold of them, they'll be in big trouble.
He urged developers to conduct thorough research before construction work.
I would advise all suspecting buyers to do proper search before coming to a site and or parting with money for such a venture. It's too risky to part with money. If you buy government land, we all know adverse possession does not apply to government land. So even if you take government land for 20 years, 100 years, government wants it back, government is going to take it back.
Well, Promacedo Producers of Cowbell has donated 335,000 Ghana cedis to sponsor the surgery of 7 patients at the Cardiothoracic Center of the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital. Cowbell's donation is part of their ongoing commitment to support healthcare initiatives in the country.
The Cowbell brand is partnering with Korle Bu Teaching Hospital's Cardiothoracic Center to support disadvantaged children and patients with cardiac abnormalities requiring surgical intervention through its community support initiatives.
Going a step further, as we've bettered the life of Ghanaian children or Ghanaians through good nutrition, we also believe that ensuring that there's good health across the country. We're here as a band to support the Cardiothoracic Center, to do a donation to help pay the bills of needy individuals who are currently on admission.
The head of the Cardiothoracic Center at the Korle Bu Teaching Hospital, Dr. Eko Intia Mensah, highlighted the significance of donations in enhancing the center's ability to offer life-saving services.
When you look at the cost of heart surgery, there are very few people who can actually afford to pay by themselves. The support of benevolent institutions like Cowbell and many other institutions who have been helping us many years past and continue to help us. This is what continues to sustain the operations of the center.
Cowbell Premium is a protein-packed powdered milk available in gold-themed packaging in 26 grams, 360-gram sachets and 400-gram tin packs.
You're still live here on News 360. Still to come. This evening, prime suspect in the Sokobang businesswoman murder jailed 20 years for 167 million cedi theft. Gentlemen, we're going to demonstrate to you the superior properties of Flamingo paint. As compared to other paint brands on the market, we take equal quantities of Flamingo paint and this ordinary paint. We then dilute them with water. And now, let the test begin. The gentleman on the left is going to apply the ordinary paint, and the gentleman on my right will use the Flamingo superior paint. As you can clearly see, Flamingo has the obvious better hiding. Furthermore, Flamingo has painted a much larger area. You know, 1 bucket of Flamingo paint is equal to several buckets of any other paint brand on the market. Flamingo paint is made with superior formulation to give superior durability, superior hiding, superior coverage. Flamingo paint, simply superior.
You just sleep. That's my Madina.
Sentuntum say when I'm out there, you may
Thou shalt not slap. Having black mosquito quail. Pamon tontom. Na empom visie bebre. Na ema wo mowa. Na ema wo nsham. Na esham.
Having insecticide spray. Sham. Ne sansu kumwa wotu any omo muria nyina. Now having naphthalene balls and having perfumed insect repellent, no, a kumwa warrior, nothing just here with
having black mosquito quail, and pomisier bebre, and say what so, a sham kama, bueno, emubu, the jumo size, no, a bojuma, don't shriek, do me no.
And a heaven spray, having naphthalene balls, ne perfumed insect repellent, no, a kumwa mutu, now our numb from nothing just shanwichi.
Heaven dear, bakope, heaven dear. Heaven dear, bakope, heaven dear, bakope.
FDA aji edrede krato yatum.
Choose Sukasa for the highest quality, luxurious townhouses in East Lagoon Hills. 2, 3, and 4 bedroom in a gated community starting at $40,000 in Accra, Ghana. Sukasa, building on trust.
Whenever you fly to space or take your first step as baby, SoftCare always stays with you.
New SoftCare Space Series is rooted from space technology. Keeps you dry and comfortable for 12 hours long. Offers you the most effective protection during your space journey.
SoftCare. Protect your leap.
Mommy.
Michelle say, fe.
Different era, better result. Time has changed and time has brought Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Healthy gums, anti-cavity, fresher breath, and it whitens teeth. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Sankofa.
Yenchi. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste.
Happy smile.
This advert is FDA approved.
Welcome back. The Asukwa Circuit Court has sentenced the house help who allegedly murdered his boss at Apaso near Sokoban in the Kumasi metropolis to 20 years in jail. The convict, John Alistair, was found guilty on September 11 on 2 counts of stealing early this week, but was deferred to Friday for sentencing. His plea was rejected by the court. Alistair, while on the job as a hotel receptionist at Bantama in Kumasi, bolted with his employer's Infinix 8 mobile phone and withdrew an amount of 167,660 cedis using a mobile app. He rented and furnished an apartment in Accra with proceeds of the crime. Complainants reported the matter to the police, where he was arrested and charged. He is to face the Asokore Mampon District Court again on October 17 for the case involving the alleged murder of his madam.
The business segment is brought to you by MTN, Pepsodent Charcoal and Pepsodent Herbal.
Let's get into business now. The man Michael Ogbodu is here. Michael, the governor has been talking about the cocoa syndicated loan.
Exactly. We are expecting some $800 million. However, that's less than we originally had planned to get.
There are implications.
Right. Exactly. Anyway, thank you. Good evening and welcome to the business segment here on News 360. My name is Michael Ogbodu. Now, the governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison, says the country is expected to receive $800 million instead of the projected $1.13 billion cocoa syndicated loan. This could be attributed to low cocoa production and the government's inability to go onto the international capital market. The purchases for the 2022-2023 cocoa season began on October 7.
Cocoa production in Ghana is down sharply this year at 689,000 tons from a previous forecast of 800,000 tons, partially attributed to illegal mining activities. This has prompted the International Cocoa Organization, ICCO, to upwardly revise its forecast for a global cocoa deficit. Ghana, the world's second largest cocoa producer behind Ivory Coast, uses loans from international banks every year, mainly to finance beans purchases.
Both Governor and I will now be on the board, and the ministry is also setting up a desk that will work with the finance division in Cocoa Board to make sure that we manage the future in a much stronger way.
The two West African countries account for around 60% of global cocoa supply. The loan is expected to shore up the country's reserves and provide enough liquidity to improve the cedi's performance.
And just a little clarification on the cocoa board issue. I think that they are still getting the syndication this year. It's just that the size of the syndication is going down from, I think, 1.2 to 800 million. That's it.
Ghana has achieved a staff-level agreement with the International Monetary Fund, IMF, for the first assessment, which is part of the anticipated second tranche bailout package. The IMF mission chief to Ghana, Stéphane Rodet, has revealed that the economy is on a positive trajectory to unlock the second tranche of the IMF bailout. At the press conference held earlier today at the Ministry of Finance, the IMF mission chief Stéphane Rodet said Ghana's fiscal assessment has been strong as the country is on the verge of dealing with its primary deficits.
International reserves of the central bank are going up, which is also very important to bolster confidence. And so we also have the adjustment, the fiscal position, the minister mentioned. The external position in general is stronger. The currency has become much less volatile than what Ghana has experienced at the end of last year, where it was a very challenging situation. So clearly there is a turnaround, there is an improvement, and signs of macroeconomic stability are now emerging.
Mr. Rodet indicated that the expected second tranche of the $600 million will mainly support the country's 2023 budget provisions.
I'm very pleased to announce that we have reached a staff-level agreement on the first review of the program. Let me add that the agreement is subject to the approval of IMF management, and our executive board, once the necessary financing assurances have been received. An agreement with official creditors on the debt treatment in line with program parameters would provide these needed financing assurances.
Meanwhile, Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta says the economy is on the path of recovery.
Based on available data from year to date, GDP growth has rebounded strongly, averaging 3.2% in the first two quarters compared to 3% the same period in 2022. Mainly on the back of growth in services and in agriculture. The average growth of 3.2% for quarter one and quarter two is higher than the 2023 revised growth target of 1.5%. So we are doing well.
The joint IMF Finance Ministry conference, in essence, marks the conclusion of the first review of the fund's economic program. Reporting for 3 Business, my name is Michael Obodu. Now, Societe Generale Ghana is commemorating its 20th anniversary of operations in the country. The bank has become a prominent financial institution in Ghana, providing a diverse range of products and services to both retail and corporate clients.
Societe Generale Ghana has significantly contributed to the Ghanaian economy's development over the past 20 years by financing major infrastructure, energy and agricultural projects.
We thank all our clients because they are challenging us every day to do better, and we are improving ourselves every day. We are once again here to support the growth of the economy of Ghana. We have, in the just last 2 years, we have increased our SME stock of loans by 100%.
Managing Director of SG Ghana stated the bank's efforts to promote the growth of Ghanaian small and medium-sized enterprises.
We have opened the SG Home of Business to accompany with partners, public and private partners, the SMEs of Ghana. We trust that the SMEs can become bigger. We are giving them also advice as we can, ourselves and our partners, to understand, for them to understand how to manage their growth, to be not only growing in Ghana, but also at the regional level.
Societe Generale Ghana, with 42 outlets, offers customized banking services to individuals and businesses, aiming to help clients of all sizes and backgrounds reach their full potential.
And that'll be all for the business segment here on News 360. Our website, 3news.com, has more stories for you. My name is Michael Obodu. Thank you for watching. As always, please stay safe. Up next is sports.
Introduces charcoal and lemon essence. The unique combination of natural essences whitens teeth naturally for you and family, because every smile matters.
New Pepsodent Herbal. Introducing a unique combination of herbal extracts in an antibacterial toothpaste for strong teeth and healthy gums that protects your family and you. Every smile matters.
Wow, this place has changed, yo! Yo, Ajwa, look at you all grown up, yo!
Some things never change, like Gino's quality recipe that gives my food that rich color, unique natural taste every time.
Smells good, yo!
Hey, sister, we did what Ponsano and Casa, just like I remember.
Uncle Bo, hurry up and let's open the suitcase.
Ajua, chai, name shrink quite far.
Best jollof I've ever eaten.
Wow, this is real jollof, mommy.
Gino dear, Emma Adriana de Ankasa.
Say Gino dear, fie.
It's delicious, yo!
This advert is FDA approved.
My head really aches, feeling cold and feverish.
Ah, sorry. I know the solution to your problem. It is Procode.
Procode? I bought some 3 days ago, but I'm not seeing any improvement. You can even have a look.
Let me look at it. Ah, this is fake. Let's go to the drugstore. Please, we want Procode. No, not this.
Oh, but this does the same work, and it's even far cheaper.
No, we insist you give us Procode from Kojak. I don't understand why people give this fake Procode, and why they don't give the fake one, then they give you a similar one with a different name and tell you it works the same. But it is not so. The only Procode we know is from Kojak. If it's not Procode from Kojak, then we won't accept it.
Wow. So this is the original Procode. It has the logo and Kojak boldly written on it.
Yes, for quick and effective relief from headache, flu, nasal congestion and other feverish conditions, insist on Procode from Kojak.
Procode, K-O-J-A-C-H. Procode.
This advert is FDA approved.
Make life beautiful. Embrace it with the all-new Ahunfe from GTP. Life.
Sports segment is brought to you by Bell Pack Tissues.
It's time for sports. Oreku is here.
Yeah.
Oreku, what's happening with the CAF Championship?
Yeah, so there's the CAF Champions League, there's the Confederations Cup.
Right.
We have two Ghanaians there. Exciting times for Ghana, and the draw is done today.
Right. Thinking that Alfred is just laughing at you because I'm asking about CAF.
Maybe because Kotoko and Hassan are not there.
Oh boy.
All right,
anyway.
so we'll be starting off with the CAF and CAF Champions League draw and the Confederations Cup draw, because that took place today, and reigning champions of the Ghana Premier League, Medeama Sporting Club, are set to face strong competition in their debut appearance in the group stages. This report by 3 Sports sheds light on the chances of the Move and Yellows and Dreams FC ahead of their corresponding CAF interclub competitions this season.
The fate of Ghana's 2 representatives at CAF interclub competitions this season has been determined. The draws for the CAF Champions League and Confederation Cup were held on Friday in Johannesburg, South Africa. Dreams FC are in Group C with Rivers United, Club Africain and APC Lobito. African sports journalist Laurence Kola believes the Still Believe boys have an outside chance.
But Dreams FC, I think, much like Marumo Gallants, they have an outside chance of actually progressing from this group because they do have nothing to lose. And for example, I think many of the players would be looking at it as an opportunity, as a shop window, to market themselves. And traditionally, you'll find 1 or 2 surprise packages in the competition. So why not Dreams FC?
The South African journalist thinks Medeama, on the other hand, stand no chance as they've been placed in a group of death alongside Al Ali, CR Belouizdad and Young Africans.
For Medeama, it's just more for pride than anything. Try and get, a couple of points here and there, maybe a shock victory at home, and score some goals because, it's probably the hardest group if you look on paper. They might be the league champions, but I've checked them out. I don't think they've started the league particularly well. And if you have to balance continental football with a grueling league campaign in the Ghana Premier League, added to all the costs, I think also if you think about it realistically, they'll probably want to be knocked out in the group stages rather than having to spend so much money to travel all across the continent. I can't see any surprises there. It's just a very unlucky draw for them, and it's part of your school fees that you need to pay by not being seeded in pot 2 and pot 1.
The competitions are expected to kick off later this year in November.
Or just how tough are the groups of Medeama and Dreams FC? Let's take a look at the pedigree of their opponents and provide more perspective into that. Medeama would be in a group where Al Ahly, they've appeared in the competition 36 times and have won it 11 times. Nobody has done it more than them. And then CR Belouizdad, 7 appearances in the competition, have been to the quarterfinals 3 times. And Young African from Tanzania, 16 appearances. They've been in the group stages 5 times, and so they are very experienced. And then there's Dreams FC, their opponents APC Lobito from Angola. They're also making their debut, similar to Dreams FC. There's Tunisia, Tunisian Club Africain. They've made 9 appearances, finished as runners-up once. And then there's Rivers United, 5 appearances from Nigeria, made their quarterfinals also. Or we still stay with Medeama because board member of the club, Tony Aubin, has expressed his excitement on the lucrative shirt sponsorship deal agreed between the Mauve and Yellows and Nguvu Mining. The agreement was confirmed earlier this week by the current Premier League holders.
Key challenges that we face in football in Ghana is the question of resources, funding. Most of our clubs are handled by individuals who work hard privately and use their monies to invest in football. And so it was a major excitement. It was God-sent opportunity when we managed to clinch this relationship with Nguvu Mining.
Well, that's how we wrap up the sports segment here on News 360. My name is Oriri Kwampo. It's a big weekend in the world of sports. You can get some more updates on our social media handles at 3SportsGH. Up next on the bulletin is entertainment with Anita.
Water is life. Water gives life. Water moves through nature in a never-ending cycle. Observe the beauty of water as it flows all around us, refreshing and restoring. Gaze in wonder at the stillness and beauty of nature. There's harmony in nature everywhere around. Water revitalizes the body and keeps you going strong. Water is life. Water gives life. Drink Awake Purified Drinking Water. One for life. So relax and unwind, and in the calmness of nature, find the rest you desire. For every bottle of Awake you buy, an amount to be donated to the National Cardiothoracic Center. This advert is said to you.
Hello, my friends. My name is Calkit Toothpaste.
Wow.
I was made to be gentle on your gum, but protected. I will protect your teeth from cavity, make your teeth whiter, stronger, keep your mouth fresh all day. And best of all, I'm strawberry flavored. So put on a smile and try me.
That's amazing.
Just try me. That's my job.
If you say so, jump on my brush. Makes your teeth stronger, chicky whiter, chicky stronger. Yay! You did it!
I'm glad you like your new toothpaste. Don't forget to brush both day and night.
Calkits. Happy smile.
Are you tired of struggling with bad financial situations? At Quick Credit, we understand the difficulties that come with transitioning to a better one. That's why we're here to simplify the process for you. With loan facilities of 1,000 cedis and upwards, all you have to do is call and we will take care of the rest. All you need is your national ID. No savings, no collateral, no susu, no deposits, and no account opening required. Quick Credit has you covered. Whether you're expanding a business, starting a new one, facing an emergency like school fees or funeral expenses, or even just in need of a salary loan. Call Quick Credit today, 0302 200 390 or 059 692 0833. We do not give loans via the internet. Quick Credit is regulated and licensed by the Bank of Ghana. Terms and conditions apply. Quick Credit. Lending made simple.
Entertainment news segment is brought to you by Awake Purified Drinking Water, GTP Lifestyled, Vodafone, Further Together, and powered by 3 Entertainment.
Awesome. What do we have here? Entertainment news. And throughout the week, we've been having GMB
finalists throughout the week here. And we have Adwanigi.
Adwanigi.
Are you ready for Sunday?
Oh, we are poised to give Ghanaians an unforgettable experience.
We can't wait. Take the entertainment news away.
Give us a show.
Good evening, Ghana. My name is Adwanigi, representing the Upper East region in this year's Ghana's Most Beautiful. Now to some entertainment news. She is faced with the task of retaining the convicted GMB crown for the Northern region. But how easy will it be for Nura as a 23-year-old faces tough competition from 4 other finalists? Well, Nura, the pride of the North, is upbeat that the crown would stay in the Northern region after Sunday's finale.
Name is Nura from the Northern region of Ghana.
She's smart, bold, and a proud go-getter.
My name is Nura Solo Mohammed. I am 23 years of age. I'm a spoken word artist. I love poetry. I love music. Over the years, I have watched Ghana's Most Beautiful, and I saw how It transformed the lives of the queens. They have transformed and become beautiful, quintessential women who are making great strides out there. I saw that and I decided, why not come for Ghana's Most Beautiful, so my life can be changed as well, so I can be used as a vessel to impact others.
When you go to places in the Ashanti region, you hear names like Bantama, which some people say is actually Bantama. My father gave me.
Noura's GMB journey has been an exciting one. 12 weeks into the highly competitive contest, that platform has transformed the native of Savelugu into a formidable woman and helped to discover herself.
It has been a whole journey of transformation. I have really learned a lot from this competition. I've learned about resilience, I've learned about strength, being formidable. I've learned a lot about bringing out certain aspects within me that I didn't know.
Reigning GMB queen Tumtea Dahamani won the prestigious crown for the Northern region in 2022. Back in the region, expectations are high that Noura will step up and retain the crown for the region. The poised contestant has accepted the challenge and vowed to go for gold.
Where I come from, they say something called and that is to say, whatever is tough, whatever is very hard to break, we are able to crush it in the north. So fingers crossed, with God, with hard work, and with faith, hopefully I'll bring the crown back to the northern region.
It certainly would be a keenly contested finale, but with the unwavering support of her fans, Noura is optimistic that the crown will remain in the northern region.
All those out there supporting me, so thank you all so much from the bottom of my heart for your unflinching support. I am grateful. We have come this far. Let's not give up. Let's not relent. Our hard work needs to pay off. And so please continue to support me, especially on the grand finale, so that we can do this once and for all and take the glorious crown to the northern region. Surya Kaparia. Thank you.
Let us recite some Quran verses.
And this has been the entertainment segment. My name is Adwanigi. Please continue to vote massively for Adwanigi by dialing the short code *713*13# or download the TV3 Reality app on Play Store or Apple Store and vote massively for Adwanigi. Apa is them. To yumpi wana la pana sangar yet ignore yene little door little zabe kale zenama wana ta nisu masum let live Upper East region nana umposia baraka akiali. Thank you.
Wow. So what's the ta? What does that mean? What does it mean?
So let's say, for instance, okay, I'm not like...
Sure. You're explaining, just explain quickly.
For instance,
right.
They've been with me throughout the journey.
Right.
Okay. So like, ta.
Oh, they should continue.
Yes.
Yeah. They should continue
so
and vote for Adwanigi.
Continue voting.
It's now time for some international news.
Yeah.
Kenyan President William Ruto will be traveling to China later this month to seek a $1 billion loan to pay for stalled road projects. Kenyan Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua said that many contractors had abandoned projects around the country as they were not getting paid for their work. He said the president would ask for longer repayment period for the money that is already owed. Kenya owes China more than $8 billion from loans mostly contracted during the former government under President Uhuru Kenyatta for infrastructure projects.
That's it for News 360. Tonight, there's more news on 3news.com. Don't forget to join Alfred Okanse at 10 p.m. for Ghana Tonight. My name is Aisha Yakubu Hale.
And I am Alfred Okanse. Have a great evening.